has been a theme that we've had throughout the day today. It is a wildly important trend, not just for social, but social and mobile are particularly linked. That's why we have our next research section we have coming up, which is Mark DeLange from TNS, who's going to be doing 6 minutes on their recent study about mobile usage in Asia, followed by our panel on mobile. So, Mark, if you can come out and show us 6 minutes on mobile in Asia.
Hello, hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a
Thank you,
thing.
Thomas.
I have got no service in the club, you say.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. And because I have 6 minutes, I'm going to launch right into it. We're going to speak for 6 minutes about some data from TNS, some global data, connecting social networking and mobile. Before I launch into it, though, I'm starting with this slide. And interestingly, I didn't expect this morning that Gopi would start with asking Sir Martin Sorrell, who's also my boss's boss, the question, who is his favorite Mad Men character? Well, this is the cast from the television series Mad Men, and if you're not familiar with it, this is a US series about an advertising agency in Madison Avenue in New York City, set in the 60s. Sir Martin Sorrell's favorite character is unfortunately not in here. It's probably the only character not in here. Probably went out golfing. But why I started my presentation with this slide is this is set in the 60s, right at the time when TV commercials were starting to become big. So advertisers grappled with this new format and how to transport radio and print ideas to the TV commercial space. They really grappled with this new stage in advertising. And in a way, you could say social media, digital marketing, and social commerce are in a similar stage right now. We're doing a lot of trial and error, and we're definitely getting there. But there are still so much more opportunities, and mobile is one of them. So first, a couple of numbers that just are proof points on how big social is these days. TNS interviewed consumers all over the world, all combined, almost 70,000 surveys in over 40 countries. We spent most of our online time on social networks. That exceeds multimedia usage and email usage. Secondly, it's also something that really has an impact on how we see brands. The majority of us agree that what other people write about brands can be trusted more than what people say or what companies say about their products. And also a large amount of people say they often change their mind based on what other people write about them. However, brands are not always invited to this party, to the social networking party. Because if you ask consumers, are brands invited here? They say two things. They say, on one hand, it's a place where I want to learn about brands. But they also say, it's a place where I don't want to be bothered about brands. So why this paradox? Why are they saying essentially two paradoxic things? Well, it's of course, the answer is that it has to be on the consumer's agenda. Yep. Consumers ask for brands to interact, but only if it answers three of these key needs. Either there's something in it for them, in terms of prices, commercial offers, or coupons, or the consumer has a certain need to do further research, so they proactively want you to engage because they have a question, or it is about brand interaction, and that is real brand passionate that you have, and they are looking for a way to express their brand passion through social media. So it's on the consumer's own terms and agenda. So we enter the mobile age, and we've seen a lot about this morning already from Gopi as well. The mobile phone became an extension of our body, really, and you can see that it's kind of connected to our hearts because it's the first technical device that can really be personalized. So it really fulfills much more emotive needs of consumers. Why is that important? For a few reasons. The first reason is that the mobile phone rapidly increases engagement with social media. This is a snippet of data. This is the percentage of people globally that access social media on a mobile phone on a daily basis. 8% last year. This year, that moved to 20%. So there's an enormous growth happening here. 150% of people accessing social media through mobile on a daily basis. Now, this may not even sound like a huge number because it's a global average from many different countries. If you look at a couple of economies here, you see that it's much higher in some of our Asian cities and countries, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Korea, for instance. So it enhances engagement and the opportunities we have to interact with social media. But the second important reason why mobile is important is that it brings social media into the path to purchase. And this is the real kind of key enabler of mobile. You have it with you all the time. So also when you're out there shopping, you have the chance to connect socially with your friends. In Hong Kong, we see that 30% now use their mobile phone while shopping to do various things. And what are they doing? They're comparing prices, they're reading product reviews, but they're also connecting with their friends. They're connecting with friends on social networks to check their opinions. So you can have the example of people trying on shoes, taking a picture. What do you think? And that can make or break buying decisions. So that's a key thing. But as you also saw, there's a couple of areas. The price comparison ones is one that potentially drives people out of the store. So I'd like to just start with two potential opportunities that drive more traffic into the store. And one is around the convenience of location-based services. Location-based services and mobile and social media combined really enable a key need for consumers, the convenience need. And you see that finding restaurants and entertainment venues, points of interest already are starting to be used. And also, and this is Hong Kong data, finding friends nearby through social media. It's now something that really becomes a usage scenario on mobile. And the last one I'll mention before we launch into a panel about this point is entertainment. If you combine social, mobile with entertainment, and this is something that our studies show that there's a high interest in this type of interactions, you create a really, you have the power to create a really engaging campaign. And the example I have here is from McDonald's, where they've combined social, mobile, location-based services and taking pictures to create a campaign. This was a video board in Beijing, I believe, where people could take pictures of things that fly around on the screen. And one of the items that flew around was a sundae ice cream. So if you could grab a picture of the sundae ice cream, you could go into the nearest McDonald's, show it, and you get free ice cream. But that's a brilliant example of engagement, fun, and also bringing people to the store. I think that's a good start for lots of further opportunities in this area. So thank you very much for this research blast to you. And we'll get into the next panel. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Mark. Stay up here.